Hello and welcome to round 18 of the Women's Supa-Liga. We have the West Coast Cobras in the green kit against Phoenix Futsal WA sporting the blue. Started off with the West Coast Cobras kickoff and they've just had a pretty good first opportunity from a corner there. Sarah Ranieri playing in Sam Brady. Go through the team sheets for these sides. For the West Coast Cobras, we have number 3, Sarah Ranieri. Number 7, Marco Kant. Number 1, Annie Leyland. Number 22, Crystal Jade Brooks. Number 4, Shelby Cochran. Number 24, Taylor Reid. Number 2, Lauren Continabali. And number 45, Samantha Brady. And for Phoenix Futsal WA, we have number 9, Chloe McGlynn. Number 20, Manon Gabau. Number 8, Elise Clemenson. Number 3, Leah McLean. Number 4, Ava Santos. Number 10, Leah Munoz. Number 11, Natalia Xavier. And number 5, Talia Martin. And Martin on the ball now has McLean White. McLean pressed by Ranieri. Oh, but the pressure's not reciprocated by Continabali on the other side, giving the number 8 time and space to play the ball. Nice ball from Ranieri to Brady, and a great run through the middle. Her touch let her down a little bit there, but it was a great idea by the West Coast Cobras veteran, Sarah Ranieri. McLean letting the ball roll off the line there, turning over the kick in. Taken by Brady. Plays Continabali in the middle, back to Ranieri. Continabali doesn't have many options. She'll have to go backwards. Gabauer comfortably catching that one at the edge of her D. Clements to McGlynn, and not a lot of movement there from the Phoenix futsal side. McGlynn tries to flick over to Santos. The idea was there. It's fallen to the feet of Ranieri. Shot blocked by Martin. Clements with a touch out. It's fallen to Continabali, and Clements does well to block that shot. Clemenson, my apologies. Can't. Continabali. Ranieri. Her ball through the middle, cut out, and Clemenson gives it away. Oh, and Ranieri's ball cut out again. She had an easy option in Continabali next to her. Tried to force that pass a little bit, and it's turned over for a Phoenix ball. Santos does well in the middle, drawing in players and playing out wide to McGlynn. Martin takes the shot, and it's an easy save for Leyland. Continabali to Kant, 1v1 against Clemenson. Layoff for Continabali. Clemenson does well to get a foot in. Brady out wide, she can't keep that ball in play. McGlynn. Clemenson plays Martin. Not a lot of passing options for Martin. She's pressed by Continabali, and Clemenson forced to clear that ball out of play. And we've just seen a substitution. Shelby Cochran entering the court. Made a run forwards there, and Ranieri's ball was through the legs of Martin, but behind the run of Cochran. Clemenson plays Martin. Back to Clemenson. That's a great forwards run by Martin. Brady just gets a foot in against Santos. Brady gets the shot off, sending that one wide. Ball from Gabauer over the top, straight to the hands of Annie Leyland. It's a great ball from Ranieri. She's having an absolute blinder of a game today. Picking out those passes between defenders. Oh, great dummy. Oh, and Continabali just sweeping that one over the top bar. Cochrane, ball stuck under her feet. She almost does well. She's won herself the kick in. And Taylor Reid entering the court for the Cobras. The Phoenix Futsal side still yet to make a single sub, despite having 3 on their bench at the moment. McLean on the ball. Her shot's wide. Oh, and Chloe McLean's let her player run past her, and there was a 2v1 there. I don't think Taylor Reid quite realised Brady was free in the middle. Martin forgets the ball under her foot, does well to fix it. Ball forward from Clemenson. Doesn't find Santos, and it will be a West Coast Cobras attack now. Great cutout by Martin. She has McLean. Oh, tries to play Santos on the other side, and it's cut out. Reid on the ball. That ball again, just behind the run of Cochrane. Shelby Cochrane perhaps moving her feet a little bit too fast in this game. A few balls being played in behind her run. Brooke looking to get past Clemenson, and she can't do it. Clemenson does extremely well there. There's Santos, McLean, can't keep the ball in play. It's a good attacking opportunity for the Phoenix side. A good time for Phoenix to press here. Oh, and Santos at the last second took the pressure off Reid, allowing her to receive that pass. Martin. Back to Clemenson. Nice feed around Cochrane. Santos. Brooke gets a foot in. Clemenson has McLean on the other side. Chooses to take the side kick in. Nice flick from McLean. Found Martin, and she couldn't quite find the feet of Santos. Can't back on the court. Brooke is tackled, and that'll be a free kick. And not quite sure if that was inside the D. It's hard to see the lines down here at the Kingsway Stadium. I think it is a penalty kick taken by Ava Santos. Score is 0-0 at the moment. This is a great opportunity for Phoenix to put themselves ahead in a game where they're definitely considered the underdogs. Oh, and Ava putting that ball to the left, just to the left of Leyland. Clemenson shoots that ball wide. Does well to cut the ball out forward to Reid. Gabauer playing long. Santos all the way back to Gabauer. Shot from Cochrane over the bar. Bauer long again, finds Santos, and it's a big touch from Santos. Clemenson plays Xavier, who's now on the court. The first sub for the Phoenix Futsal side. Number 11 taking the spot of Talia Martin. Gabauer looks to play Santos, and she can't bring the ball down. Brooke. To Kant, to Reid, to Cochrane. Back to Kant. Reid again. Looks to play the run of Kant. It's picked up by Xavier. Play to McLean, and she had an easy option backwards. Chose to try and take on 2 players. Cochrane's exited the court, but she's left her scrunchie. Ranieri entering the court. Just as the free kick is taken, that wasn't a bad idea. Reed dummying over the ball. Ranieri with the shot, sending it wide. McLean looking through the middle, and it's easily cut out by Brooke. Slightly obvious what McLean was going to do there as she was looking forwards. Just notice the number 3 has entered the court, Leah McLean. Clemenson, her cross put out by Reed, and Reed blindly sending the ball forwards. Now to play. That's a great throw by Gabauer. Got some distance on it, maybe too much distance on it. Brady finds Continent Bali, and she turns McGlynn, and Brady again finds herself alone. Shot from Kant hitting the post. Leyland plays Brady. Continent Bali gets around McLean again, and it was a good idea from Continent Bali, but an easy cutout by Clements. Clements had time and space to keep driving forwards and chose to play the ball too far out in front of Xavier. Continent Bali gets around McLean, and she finds Brady down the line just past the big toe of Xavier. Corner ball for the West Coast Cobras here. Brady plays down the line. Shot from Ranieri, blocked by Clemenson. Brady this time. Ranieri dummies, and that shot from Continent Bali blocked by McLean. Ranieri plays Brady. Continent Bali finds Kant, and she's dispossessed by McLean. Kant to Brady. Back to Kant. Continent Bali, and it's well read by McLean. She just couldn't quite get there in time. It's good pressure from the Phoenix side. Putting themselves the side kick in. McLean plays Clemenson. McLean out on the line. McLean back to Clemenson again. To McLean. She takes her touch past Ranieri, but she can't get on the end of the second ball. Oh, great pressure from the Phoenix side. Xavier needs to keep this ball in play. Oh, and she's done it, but she's given it back to West Coast Cobras. Potentially might have been better letting that ball go out of play there. Continent Bali. Ranieri, great 1-2. Dummy by Continent Bali finds Brady, and her shot blocked by Clemenson. Clemenson and McGlynn still not having subbed so far in this match, as we're 7 minutes out from halftime. Continent Bali back to Brady. Finds Ranieri. Continent Bali, a great opportunity to make a driving run forwards there. McLean trips over her own feet, and Brady comes away with it. Oh, power, great throw. Excellent run by Xavier. She can't touch it before Leyland clears it out of play. I think it's been deemed a West Coast Cobra side ball. Ranieri. Ball cut out by Xavier. Back to Clemenson. That ball forward, cut out by Ranieri. Brooke. Back to Ranieri. Oh, and that's Late tackle on Xavier. And Munoz for Phoenix Futsal putting in her first minutes. Just as I say that, Phoenix Futsal managed to score off that free kick. Elise Clemenson with a textbook free kick there. Just flicking it over the head of Leyland, and right as I'm praising Phoenix, their defence breaks down and West Coast Cobras get one back straight away. Phoenix. Their lead short-lived there. The scores are once again even. Brooke. Reed did well in the tackle there, and Clements defensively putting in some great work. And again, hasn't had a single sub so far in this match. 2 minutes out from stop clock time. Kontinabali tries to play Brooke in the middle. It's a great read by McLean. Shot from Xavier goes wide, and referee deeming that ball out of play as Annie Leyland caught it, perhaps taking it over that back line for a corner ball. Xavier to Clements, and that was a difficult ball to shoot first time from Xavier. Shot goes the other way from Reed, saved by Gabauer. Brooke, Kontinabali, she sends that one high. Gabauer finds McLean. She can't keep the ball in play under pressure from Kontinabali. Timeout called by the Cobras side. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back with just under 3 minutes remaining of this first half, and the kick-in taken by Kontinabali there, little 1-2 with Kant. She finds Reed. Reed's definitely got pace on her. Finds herself in the middle, and a little touch from Clemenson. Sending that ball out of play for a corner ball. Kontinabali down the line, finds Reed. She's pressed by Martin. Martin comes away with it. We know Reed has pace to get back and defend. She's done well here. Martin gets her shot off, and I definitely think that ball went out of play that time. Leyland's trying to argue with it, but she was definitely behind the post. First one was definitely controversial, but that one seemed a bit more clear-cut. Corner taken by Martin. Clements with a left foot shot. These balls from the corner for the shots from Clements are potentially not going to her correct foot. I'm not sure if Clements is the left footer, but I'm pretty sure that goal she scored, the beautiful flick over the top, was from her right foot. Cochrane plays that ball in behind Reed. A little bit of frustration on the face of Reed there. The West Coast Cobras electing not to press here, despite the scores being 1-1. It was definitely a good time to press there. Martin was a little bit confused whether she should leave the ball for Gebauer or get herself onto it. Clemenson plays the ball into Kontinabali, and she's probably feeling a bit tired at this point. Santos takes on Cochrane. She's going to have to take on Kontinabali too. Gets past three of them and gets her shot off, sending it wide. Cochrane. Can't. Cochrane again. Reed can go forwards at this point. She's elected to play conservatively. Ends up on the ball and she can't keep it under control. Gets the ball across the face, but it's in behind, can't. Clemenson, and that ball turned over. Ranieri and Brady re-entering the court for the Cobra side. Gebauer takes a touch there for the corner ball. Taken by Cochrane. Ranieri. Shot blocked by Clemenson. Cochrane. Ball over the top and it's out of play. Side ball taken by Munoz. Clemenson doesn't have a lot of options here. Munoz has run away and Brady's intercepted that pass. Again, Clemenson doesn't really have any options here. Bit obvious what she's going to have to do, play Martin. Luckily, Brady was stepped off Santos there. The West Coast Cobras somehow still ended up with that ball. Tackle coming from Cochrane. Oh, and that ball from Brady intercepted. Santos could have just driven at goal, and she's chosen to go backwards. She was past every single defender. She'll definitely watch that back and be a little bit upset with herself for not driving forward and shooting. Side ball here taken by Martin. Last 22 seconds of stop clock. Brady wins the ball in the middle. Plays Cochrane. Little back roll for Ranieri. Nice tackle by Santos. Santos putting the pressure on. But no one's putting the pressure on Ranieri. She gets her shot off. Might be worth Phoenix just all going forwards now, and they're all looking a little bit tired there. Gebauer plays that long ball out of play, and the halftime whistle goes. We'll be back just after halftime for you with the second half.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week in Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
And that is the whistle calling teams back onto the court for the second half of this match. Score's still 1-1. Goal scorers for Phoenix Futsal was Elise Clemenson with a beautiful free kick and Crystal Jade Brooke with a back post tap in. And Phoenix Futsal have the kickoff for this second half. And Clemenson entering the court for the second half. Didn't take a single sub in the first half. Ball forwards. Leyland plays Ranieri. Looking for Continent Bali, and she's pressed by Martin. And Phoenix Futsal look really good when they press together well. And then West Coast Cobras are giving the ball up under pressure. Just a slight lack of experience within that side to recognise that when the press is on and when it's not, how to press together as a team. Ranieri, ball down the line for Brady. She looks for Continent Bali and it's cut out. Ranieri sends that ball out of play. Martin. Back to Clemenson. Martin again. Can't get past Continent Bali. Conti on the side ball. Plays Ranieri and she's pressed by Santos. Brady gets past Clemenson. Ball cut out by Santos. Ranieri on the corner. Looks like Continent Bali will be shooting here. And no, she tries to sneak it through the middle for Reed and it's cut out. Ball forwards, dribbling out of play. Side ball taken by Continent Bali. Oh, and it's cut out by McGlynn. If she could have just put her foot on that ball, she could have gotten a shot off there. Again, slight lack of experience within the Phoenix side, a very young side. McGlynn looking to shoot. She sends that one wide. Leyland plays the ball long. Continent Bali looking to dribble through. Ball ends up back at the feet of Ranieri and she's pressed by Santos, but no one else on Phoenix pressing and she gives the ball to Brady with time and space. This is what I mean by Phoenix needing to press together. If Ranieri didn't have any passing options there, she definitely would have given the ball up and would have been a great opportunity for Phoenix to drive forwards. McLean, that's great pressure. Martin has Clements. Plays the ball forwards and it's falls to the hands of Leyland. Brooke drives through the middle. Finds Continent Bali and Can't. Both on the back post there. Free. Definitely not an ideal situation for Phoenix Futsal. Can't. To Reed. Down the line to Kontinabali. Finds Brooke. Her shot goes wide into the side netting. Can't. Gets her shot off, and Gabauer gets a good touch in there. I think it's a corner. No, it's been deemed a keeper's ball. Clemenson to Martin. Martin runs out of room. I think there's some tired legs on the Phoenix Futsal side. Defense is starting to look a little bit sloppy. Players like McLean here not quite keeping up with their attacking player. Clemenson finds McLean. Reed clearing that ball out of play. Bit of desperation there from the West Coast Cobras. McLean finds Martin. Oh, touch from Brooke almost helped McLean there. She couldn't quite get on the end of it. Corner ball for the Phoenix side. Taken by McLean. Clemens. Again, that ball's fallen to her left foot. Not quite sure if she's left-footed. Not quite sure if Phoenix have a left-footed player. McLean's done well. She doesn't have anyone moving forwards with her, though. And now it looks like she's too gassed to go backwards. Santos looking to take on Cochrane, and she plays into the run of Kant. Clean. Presses Kontinabali. Ball's out of play, and it's being pointed on the way of Phoenix. Side ball taken by McLean to Clemenson. Oh, and she plays that ball too far out in front of Martin. Santos. Can't to Brady. Clemenson plays that ball long. And out of play. Play restarts through Leyland. Plays Brady. Kontinabali looks to go around McLean. McLean does well here, but Cochrane has too much time and space on that side. Oh, and Marco Khan has too much time and space there too. Played the ball through Martin, and Martin had McLean running at the back post. Took that shot to the front post. Oh, finds McLean this time. Annie Leyland puts in a good challenge. McLean's going to have to get up quickly to help her side defensively. Nice save by Gabauer. Another nice save by Gabauer. At the side of her head, McLean finally getting back. Just in time to intercept that pass. That's a poor idea by Martin, sending the ball back in the same direction that it just came from. McLean putting pressure on Kontinabali. Cochrane plays Brady wide. Oh, and that was easy for Sam Brady to get around the defender there. Ask him. Gabauer to Clemenson. That ball's out of play. A 1-2 between Ranieri and Cochrane. Ball's back with Cochrane. Forward to Kant, and she's let that one slide under her foot. Ball down the line. Santos putting pressure on Ranieri. Ranieri finds Can't. Picked up by Clemenson. Ava does well to follow her player there. 1-2 with Ranieri and Can't. And Can't couldn't get that ball in the middle. Falls back to the feet of Ranieri. Brady slides one in the middle. Marco Can't. Sticking her foot out, but couldn't get it under control. Clemenson plays that ball forwards and it's cut out. Ranieri trying to play Can't and it's out of play off the West Coast Cobras player. Gabauer looks like she's going to play long again. Couldn't quite find Xavier, and it's a side ball for the West Coast Cobras. Taken by Brady. Finds Ranieri, and she's alone in the middle. Santos stepping off her player there. Intercepts that ball. Santos kept the ball in play. Xavier can't keep that ball in play. It's a West Coast Cobras ball. It's a dangerous position for the Phoenix to be in. Cochran to Reed. Wide to Ranieri. Looks for the 1-2. It's cut out by Xavier. Cochran again. Looking for Brady. Little touch from Santos. Munoz on the ball. Oh, and she's kept that one in. Sent it straight to the feet of Brady. I think that's a Phoenix ball. Taken by McGlynn. Brady, an easy intercept there. Munoz putting on the pressure. Cochran gets past Xavier. Brady and Munoz again. Ranieri can't find Cochran. It's touched by Munoz, but luckily Cochran gets that second ball. Brady back to Ranieri, and that's a stray pass. Leyland has to fix it up. Reed, it was a good idea from Taylor Reed in the middle of the court there. Santos to McLean. Forwards, ball cut out by Ranieri. And the West Coast Cobras in possession now. Ranieri has to play that ball in behind for Reed, but Reed had already recycled back around. McLean with no passing options here. Forced to play Gabauer's feet. Gabauer finds Xavier. Touch off the chest, and it's an easy pick up by Leyland. Brooke takes a touch out of play. Munoz, McLean takes the shot, and Xavier at the back post there. Some poor defending by the West Coast Cobras players. So we'll see here on the instant replay. The West Coast Cobras now, for the second time in this match, find themselves one goal down. They responded quite quickly last time, but we'll see what they do now. And they've driven forwards very quickly. Something tells me the Cobras are going to start rushing for a goal here. Shot from Kontinabali wide. Timeout called by Phoenix Futsal. I dare say, I think the team tactic for Phoenix now, instead of pressing, is going to be to sit and try and hold the 2-1 score. A lot of the players are looking a little bit tired on the court. I think it would be a good idea for their side to try and just sit back past halfway and defend in their own half for the remaining 8 minutes of this match. West Coast Cobras Best chances have been made when the Phoenix Futsal defence has been stretched out. And I think for the West Coast Cobras, just need to fight the urge to panic and try and drive forwards every single time they win the ball. Time is not on their side, but 8 minutes is still definitely long enough to score a couple of goals.
Okay, let's do this.
And play will reset with a keeper throw from Gabauer. Gabauer plays long, looking for Xavier, and she almost gets on the end of that. Ball just flicking over the fingers of Leyland. Ranieri. Ball forwards, it's cut out by Martin, and there's a 2v1 here. Martin and Xavier. Martin goes in the opposite direction to the 2v1. Still ends up with a side ball, though. Good opportunity here for Phoenix to extend their lead. We know Clements can shoot. She sends that one wide. Clemenson, my apologies. Ranieri and Leyland making her way forwards for fifth man. And the Phoenix futsal side definitely showing a lot of confusion defending this fifth man. And I think West Coast Cobras are definitely going to be able to come away with a goal from this play. Ranieri shoots that one wide. Unless the Phoenix can sort out their defense, that is, of course. Gabauer goes long. Nice touch from Xavier. Martin back to Clemenson. She's got time and space, and she flicks forwards. Bit of panic there under pressure from Cochrane. Phoenix either need to press or drop, and Xavier showing her inexperience there, looking to press by herself with an overload behind her. Reed can't keep the ball in play. Gabauer plays Clemenson, finds Xavier out wide. She has time and space. Martin, little 1-2. That's going to find the hands of Leyland. Again, Leyland making her way forwards. Cochrane, easy ball down the line. Back to Cochrane. Ranieri could potentially touch and shoot here, and she's gone for it. Shot blocked by Xavier, I believe, there. Cochrane down the line. Reed finds Kontinabali, and her shot blocked by Clemenson. Ball's back with Ranieri. Ranieri to Cochrane to Reed. Cochrane again. Cochrane's going to shoot. Gabauer. She's going to take a shot here, and luckily Ranieri made her way back. I dare say that one probably wasn't on target. Xavier's going to have to work to get back. Kontinabali. Wide to Leyland. Back to Ranieri. Cochrane and the defense very much breaking down by the Phoenix side here. Another shot from Gabauer. Covered by Ranieri. Xavier dropping far too deep just then. It'll be a corner ball for the West Coast Cobras. Xavier stepping off the court. Santos on. Reed. Dummy from Cochrane. Ranieri sends that one high. Gabauer finds Martin. That's an excellent touch from Martin. Oh, she's put that one too far out in front of Santos. Clemenson directing Santos to leave that ball out on the side and drop in to defend, and that's extremely smart game management by the Phoenix youngster. Bauer plays short to Clemenson, finds Martin in the middle. Her touch a little bit stray, and Cochrane's going to drive at goal now. Shot blocked by McLean. We're a minute and 20 seconds away from stop clock time. Still plenty of time for the West Coast Cobras to get themselves back into this game. Cochrane to Ranieri. Leyland. Wide to Brady. Down the line, Continabali. Gabauer. Gabauer can shoot, and that should be a red card from Leyland. A yellow card for Leyland. Silas taking the card out of his pocket. Gabauer. Clemenson tries to play down the line, cut out by Continabali. Just to note that Annie Leyland is now on a yellow card and trying to block that shot from the keeper. You have to be a metre away. Leyland is going to have to be careful now not to make the same mistake again and get herself on a red card, having to miss next week's match. Ranieri plays Leyland. Little layoff. Ranieri can shoot. Blocked by McLean. Continabali on the ball. Back out to Cochrane. Ranieri takes another shot. Little touch from Continabali, and she finds the back of the net. We've just entered stop clock time. And scores are again back to even in this match. Martin. Clemenson tries to go through Continabali. Leyland drops the ball to Brooke. Runs forwards for another fifth man play. Brooke, slow to keep that ball moving. Ball down the line to Continabali. Back to Brooke. Leyland. Brooke. Brady. Brooke. Brady again. Down the line to Continabali. That ball's sorry. Somehow that ball slipped in past the front post. For the first time in this match, West Coast Cobras have found themselves up by 1 goal, and the Phoenix Futsal are now going to have to push from behind. I think a deflection might have happened. They didn't quite see what happened for that goal. Timeout's been called by the West Coast Cobras here. And now roles reverse. West Coast Cobras are going to want to sit and keep this score. I dare say West Coast Cobras are ahead 3-2 at the moment, but they've scored most of their goals playing fifth man, so it might even be worth just continuing their fifth man against a defence that is clearly a little bit inexperienced and doesn't quite understand the play. Now, Phoenix Futsal are obviously going to have to start putting the pressure on nice and high for the West Coast Cobras. Win the ball in those high areas and just try and nip a goal away in this last minute of stop clock time. I think with a minute remaining, the best Phoenix can hope for is 1 point from this match. Team's being called back onto the court. Leyland will restart play, and instantly Phoenix not electing to press, just letting the Cobras play with the ball in their own half. The Cobras giving the ball away pretty quickly there. Cochrane, ball to Brady. Back to Kontinabali, and Santos is pressing. Ball left by Kontinabali. McLean, I don't think, quite realises it's stop clock time, sprinting to get that ball back in play. Nice little back roll. McLean wasn't ready for it. Clemens dispossessed by Brady, and the ball's fallen to the feet of Ranieri. Cochrane to Kontinabali. Oh, that's great effort by McLean. Leyland will restart play. Brady to Ranieri. Tries to play forwards. It's cut out by McLean. Brady with a good tackle, and she's been fouled. Ranieri down the line to Brady. Oh, and Kontinabali in the last second of the game pushing for another goal, and that is full time. There is the whistle. West Coast Cobras lucky to take away 3 points from that match. Getting the majority of their goals in fifth man play, taking advantage of the Phoenix's inexperience. Just some full-time stats for you in just a moment. As you can see on the screen, West Coast Cobras had higher stats in all of the passing stats. 14 5+ passes over the Phoenix Futsal's 5 5+ passes. Possession, Phoenix Futsal 39%, and the West Coast Cobras 61%. By the looks of these stats, you would think that it was a domination by the West Coast Cobras, but that's definitely not what was relayed on the court there. West Coast Cobras taking 32 shots over Phoenix's 16, and 14 of the West Coast Cobras on target, 8 of Phoenix's. And corner kicks, West Coast Cobras copping a whopping 11 corner kicks over the Phoenix's 4. So, like I've said in previous matches, sometimes the stats don't quite reflect what's happened on the court. And the West Coast Cobras look like they absolutely dominated that game, but they definitely struggled to put goals into the net and were down more often than they were up in that match. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back in just a moment with another Supa-Liga match for you.